2020 will undoubtedly be remembered for the COVID-19 pandemic. How the pandemic impacted our market was not at all how we predicted. We started the year in one of the strongest sellers market, with house prices going up extremely quickly from January all the way through till mid-March. In mid-March, when we entered into our first lockdown, our market just came to a grinding halt and prices actually started to quickly decline. April was one of the worst months in the history of the Guelph real estate market. However, much to our surprise, the market really quickly rebounded. And by the time we hit July, we were having a record month for the number of sales for the Guelph market. One of the key factors has been that we've had low inventory for almost the entire year. We've been under 1 month of inventory, with the only exception to this being the month of April, where we jumped up to 3 months. Another thing to take into consideration was low interest rates. We had record low interest rates this year. And then the other big contributing factor was, with all of the work from home initiatives, we saw a dramatic increase in the amount of people relocating out of the GTA to the Guelph marketplace. At the end of this roller coaster year, we ended up finishing with a record-breaking market for the city of Guelph. The average sale price for detached houses were up 13.3%, attached houses were up 11.2%, and condo-style apartments were up 7% all year over year. Although we did have less houses come to market in 2020, we actually saw an increase in sales of 4.8%. So that means that there was a lot higher percentage of the houses that hit the market that actually sold. So in 2020, 82% of the listings that were listed successfully sold, whereas in 2019, only 69% of the properties that were listed successfully sold. So what does the crystal ball predict for 2021? Well, here are some things that we do know. So one, interest rates are predicted to remain low until 2023. So it's pretty safe to say that they're going to remain low in 2021. 2, companies are continuing to allow employees to work from home for the foreseeable future. 3, there's a large number of millennials that are entering into the home buying stage. And then 4, there's a big backlog of immigrants waiting to come into Canada, as immigration has been slow due to COVID-19. All of these factors will lead to lower inventory and high demand, which should drive up home prices. The Canadian Real Estate Association is actually predicting that 2021 will have a price increase of 16.3% across Ontario. The 2 caveats that may affect this scenario are unemployment and obviously COVID-19. Unemployment in Ontario as of October was high at 6.9%. Now, the second lockdown could make this rate increase. How much of the unemployment will be permanent versus temporary at this point is just unknown. But high unemployment would definitely affect people's ability to purchase homes, and it could cause in more mortgage defaults. However, at this point, most of the unemployment has been the lower income wage earners, so it hasn't had as much of an impact on the real estate market as we were initially predicting, but this could have a trickle-down effect to the rental market. With the rollout of the COVID-19 vaccine, there's obviously right now a lot of confidence that life may return back to normal sometime in 2021. This is right now very hopeful, but it isn't a foregone conclusion. So there is always, the chance that we could see further restrictions impact the real estate market later on this year. Who will be the big winners in the real estate market for 2021? Well, this market is a great opportunity for someone who is looking to sell an investment property. It's a great time to unload rental properties because prices are high and there's a freeze on rents. So if you are tired of being a landlord, this is a really good time to think about cashing out. It's also great for a market for people who are retiring. If you're thinking about retiring and moving permanently up to your cottage, this is a great time to do it. Or if you're someone who's thinking about pulling out of the market and renting, or looking to move to a slower paced or lower priced market, perfect market for you to be considering this. Another really unique thing with this market is pools are gold right now. That's right, the investment that every realtor has told you not to do in the past is actually now paying off. And the reason being, with people being forced to stay in their homes so much more in 2020, there's been a huge increase in demand for pools. So much that you actually can't get a pool installed now for up to 2022. And because of this, the resale houses that do have pools are selling exceptionally well. Another great thing is if you're looking to downsize from a luxury property or large rural estate, there's never been a better market for you to sell one of these homes. With people looking for more space and privacy, large estate homes and rural properties are selling like hotcakes. We've got lots of people from the GTA who are selling their houses in the big cities and buying larger multi-million dollar properties in the Wellington region where their dollar is going to stretch a lot further. This trend will likely slow down once COVID-19 restrictions are lifted and we start to see the appeal of the larger city amenities return. For first-time home buyers, this is the best of times and it's kind of the worst of times. On one hand, interest rates are really low, which make it a great opportunity for you to get into the market. And with a pretty strong indication that prices are going to continue to increase, it's a wonderful time to get in and build some equity. But with inventory being so low and competition so high, expect to be in continued bidding wars to try and get the properties. For those of you that do persevere and do get into the market, you are going to reap the benefits. For people who are looking to upsize, it's also a good news, bad news situation. The good news is that you're going to be able to sell your existing home for a great price. But on the other hand, when you're buying a house, it's going to be competitive. As with the first-time home buyers, if you persevere and you get into a larger home, this is a great time to do it. You're going to be selling in an extremely hot market and purchasing in probably a slightly less hot market, but still probably pretty hot. One challenge you're going to face is whether you sell first or you buy first. And there's some things to consider when trying to determine what's right for you. One of them is how easy is your current home going to be to sell? The second thing is how unique is the home that you're looking to buy? And then the third thing you want to consider is, do I have the ability to carry two homes if absolutely necessary? I really advise that you consult with an experienced realtor prior to making that kind of decision. We are predicting 2021 is going to be a great year for real estate. If you're a homeowner, this will mean that your equity will increase. If you're thinking of selling, give us a call at the Go Wild team, and we'd be happy to discuss your options.